And so please describe to me what the aesthetic look is exactly.
More like this guy here.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and bring
Oh wow, you really have to come in here?
like this guy.
Is this really happening? He met the other guy behind you, bro. Like I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm right into that bad boy.
You can stay right there, behind the camera, behind the camera. No, see now that you got me jealous now.
That's okay.
That's not
so
fair.
You're more in the category like Wilfred Arnold. Okay?
My man. Yeah. Arnold Ferrigno. Huh?
Okay.
Aesthetic. That's great, partner. You two ever go out place everything in its proper place?
That does not make sense, but we usually do go. We head to Kroger's, and we work.
Oh, yeah. I've got a lady waiting for me back home also. She has the most beautiful scrotum. Oh, God! And when she sings, she sounds just like a puppy dog. How do you nail a photo?
Just gotta get in the mode. You gotta talk with your eyes.
Talk with your eyes.
Talk with your eyes. You
Okay,
gotta
so
have the eyes
can you show me a little bit of something, like to this camera? I would love to know how to do this. I just want to know.
Well,
how
I
do you do
mean,
it? Teach
the
me
smile,
something.
You can get the sexy eyes. Then you know you gotta get the smile. Smile going on some shoes, but you know.
Wait, hold up.
You got.
I gotta
when it's
try
time,
this with you.
when it's
Hold
time
on.
to laugh,
I gotta try this
you gotta
with
think
you.
of something funny and start laughing.
Do it again. Do it again. How do you do it? Teach me.
Sexy eyes.
The sexy eye.
Just a sexy eye right here.
Smizing?
Smile.
So you're smizing.
Smile.
Okay.
And then you gotta get the.
No, I look like I need to take a poop or something.
wish words were like little toy guns. No sting, no hurt, no one, just a bang, bang. Right?
Is that it?
Yeah, it's something like that. Just a bang,
Toy
bang,
guns.
rolling off your tongue.
Toy guns.
It's no smoke, no
Bang, bang.
bullets.
Water guns. All right. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Pascal Show. Yes, good morning. I hope you guys are all having a fantastic and wonderful, marvelous Monday. It is Monday, y'all. Time to wake up and crush the week. Why? Because every day is an opportunity to turn it all the way around, y'all. Ain't that the damn truth? If you agree with what I'm saying, definitely crush that like button down below. I hope you guys are having a positive day. It is a beautiful one out there. It's crispy where I'm at. It's very crispy. That's what I'd like to call it. It's a crispy morning. You know, it's cold, but it's like that good kind of cold. You know what I'm saying? It's crispy. But anyway, this is the only show for the week that we are going to be doing live. I'm just going to give you guys a heads up on that. I know a lot of you guys are going to be like, oh no, really? For real though? For real, dog? For real? Yeah, for real. Today is the only show for the entire week. There will be some pop-up videos, and I'm sure I'm going to repeat this when I end the show later on today. But there will be. This is the only live show I have for the rest of this week. I'm going to be doing some things, and I'm a little busy doing a big project. And you'll understand a little bit why if you keep your eyes on my Instagram. If you go. Please go follow The Pascal Show on Instagram. One word, The Pascal Show. Crush that follow button. But I will be doing a bunch of pop-up videos and all that. So throughout the week, if I can find the time, that is. Because for the next couple days, it's going to be a busy week. I'm just going to say that. And I'm very excited about it. But like I said, keep your eyes on the community page on the YouTube channel, or keep an eye on my Instagram, and you'll be able to see exactly what the heck I'm getting into. But anyway, moving on. We got my boys in the house. We got David and Jackie Buck. Wataguan.
Hey.
Hey, man. How's it going?
Man, living.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Happy Monday, y'all. Happy Monday. How y'all living?
Yeah.
How y'all feeling? All that stuff. What's good? Come on, talk.
How's it going, David?
Man, it's all good over here. It's cold right now, but keeps hitting 90 in the middle of the day, so keep fluctuating between that. That's fun.
Oh, wow. Colorado's like that?
So,
Colorado's like that?
I live in a fairly narrow valley that's technically a desert, so you get really extreme weather in the valley area that you don't get in the mountains itself.
That's what's
It's
up.
like having 4 seasons, right? I mean,
Yeah.
within a week.
Yeah,
Kind of
pretty
St. Louis.
No kidding. Dang, bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's very nice.
That's dope.
Yeah, man. Weekend was pretty good. We went out to this Rockwoods Reservation place here in St. Louis, about 45 minutes away, and went for a hike on Saturday. So that was very nice. It was this weather's great, and all the leaves are starting to change color, which I think is kind of early. The weather's been just so strange. We went from 80s to down into the 40s at night, so we're getting some big fluctuations here too.
Word.
But we're not as bad as Japan's got a typhoon heading towards them, and we got 2 other hurricanes developing in the south. So, things could be worse.
Word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Things could be much, much worse. You know what I'm saying? Things could be
Look on the bright
much, much
side.
worse. Yes. Well, look at the bright side of life, right?
That's right.
But yeah, man, and those are the things. Yeah, we definitely need to talk about the typhoon in Japan. Like, what the hell is going on? So we definitely need to chop it up about that. But aside from that, how about you? How was your weekend, Tanya Vane? Aside from the weather.
It was good. Just I went driving up through the Aspens. A lot of people were up there since the parks are still open, even if nothing else is.
Right.
But yeah, there's a lot of people up there. I was trying to get a horse ride, but they were already booked for the whole day.
Oh, nice. I mean, good idea, but that sucks that you didn't get a chance to do it. You know what I'm saying? That sucks.
I got to take the ATVs through the off-road trail they have up there. Though it's pretty fun.
Oh, that's cool. That's very cool. Exciting.
Very nice.
Very exciting. Looks like your dog's having a good time back there, just chilling in the cut.
Yeah.
Anyway, oh, and by the way, we got to do a shameless plug because I just noticed that you were holding the mug, the actual mug, the Pascal Show mug. So we gotta do a shameless plug. Put it up there. Oh snap! Look at that. How pretty is that? And then there's a front, right? There's a front to it.
Yeah.
Yes, that ugly mug on a mug. Gotta love that.
See it every morning.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
We could put his pug on a mug.
Yes.
Yeah.
We could put a pug on a mug with my ugly mug on the mug. See what I'm saying?
That's right.
All up in this mug. You feel me? But yes. By the way, please go teespring.com/the-Pascal-show, correct? And
you got to put a teespring.com/stores.
Oh, stores.
/Pascal-show.
Okay, there you go.
I wish they didn't have to have the stores in there, but that's like their generic URL thing. So
well, yeah, one day we will have our own. We'll cut out the middleman and we will have our own thing, where you can just get all our swag, all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Go to thepascalshow.com.
Yes. Yeah, it would be like pascalshow.com /merch or something like that. You know what I mean? Baby steps. You know what I mean? Sounds sexy, doesn't it? Yeah, baby steps. Let me get to 10,000 subscribers first. Damn.
Almost there.
I know it's been tough. This has been a tough. 9,000 has been tough. It has been it's been annoying. We're just getting past 9,500. The 9,500 number was just it was going. I'd get a few and then I'd lose a bunch, and then get a few and then lose a crap ton. You know what I mean? It would just not stop. It sucks, man. But we are slowly getting past 9,500, so I'm excited about that. It's what's the word? It's the baby steps. It's the small triumphs. How's that? The small triumphs and the small victories that do count. So when we get to 10,000, it's going to be a big moment. It'll be a big, exciting moment, and I cannot wait for that. But anyway, we got to go into the news stuff. You know what I mean? We got to jump into these things. But hey, we most definitely need to talk about this whole thing about Japan. Typhoons in Japan. Jack, what the hell is going on? You seem to have your finger on that one. So what's going on, man?
I just see these topics and stuff that are out there, and I know that they talked about over the weekend that we're having some hurricanes developing, in the Gulf again. But then now I saw that it's a joint typhoon warning has been sent. Let me see here to the areas. I guess Japan, it's in the Clan Hom. Sorry, this thing is taking forever to load.
You good?
A typhoon Chan Hum emerges south of Japan, and it looks like it's going to be a sizable storm. It's the 14th tropical storm of the year they've had out there. It's just south of the Japanese archipelago. Is that how you say that word?
Yeah.
Archipelago, yeah. And remained was stationary as of 3 p.m. on October 5th. The storm has a air pressure at 996. I think the lower the pressure drops, the bigger that storm keeps on going and stronger it stays. And I think anything under 1,000 is pretty strong. But yeah, they look like they got a big old storm coming towards them, and there's not much other things because it's just developing. So I guess over the next week or so, they'll see if it keeps track and goes right over Japan. Is the way that they're currently forecasting it to go. So This year's been a really strange year of weather. I feel like there's been more storms that, there are a couple of last years we really didn't hear about too many typhoons or hurricanes that were going on, and this year's been pretty active. And then there's been swarms of earthquakes that were out in LA the other day. People keep on saying that there's a lot of earthquakes at Yellowstone, but I think that's just hype. I think there's always small earthquakes at Yellowstone, but
Yeah.
I just don't want that to be a true thing.
Yeah.
Because
There definitely have been a lot of additional hurricanes this year. We already went through all of the list of names for them. We're working on Greek letters now until we run out of those. So we're pretty far ahead in terms of hurricanes this year.
Yeah. And that's the thing. But what's funny is how do they come up with random question? But how do they come up with the names? You know what I'm saying? How do they come up with the actual names of the hurricanes? Because I feel like there are a billion different names that they can have. You see what I'm saying? So how could they run out of letters if there's billions of names? You see what I'm saying?
I think they only have a set amount of names they go through every year. They change them so that they don't get confused in the news and such.
So it says that the National Hurricane Center and Central Pacific Hurricane Center, they have a standard, and they choose 6 names a year to start with. And there's a list of retired names, so they won't reuse them. But yeah, they said there's a strict procedure that's been established for the International Committee of the World Meteorological Organization. For Atlantic hurricanes, there's a list of names for each of 6 years. In other words, one list is repeated every 7th year. So I guess they'll go through a certain list of names. I don't know who chooses those names, but they say that they want to pick ones that are easy to pronounce. So, yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know if there's ever been a Hurricane Pascal. Or would you rather be a typhoon?
I'd rather not be a typhoon. I'd rather not be related, attached to a typhoon. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, I feel like all the meteorologists got together and they said, all right, write all your worst ex-girlfriend's names in a bag. We're going to throw them in a hat. This is what we're going to do. We're just going to pick them out. You know what I mean? And just go, okay, today is Hurricane Sarah. And he's like, yes, she was a terrible, horrible girlfriend. She cheated on me 15 times. You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Get the names.
You know what I'm saying? That's how they get the names. Hey, okay, guys, come on. All together. All right, put them in a hat. Let's go. All right, here we go. And there you go. Looks like
Karen.
Looks like a Karen. Looks like a Karen again. Karen gets another one. Didn't we use her last year? It doesn't matter. They don't know. It's the same thing. You know what I mean? But that's the thing. I feel like it's all they just sit there and they get together and they're just like, all right, all ex-girlfriends, all your terrible, worst psycho girlfriends. You know what I mean? Write them all on a piece of paper. Here we go. You know what I mean? Shoot. That's how I feel like that's how they should be found or named. Because I feel bad.
They slip him in that way.
You know what I'm saying? I feel bad. I just feel bad for any person, because when was the last time they used a male name for a hurricane?
I think that not too long ago. Why hurricanes are named after females?
That's the other question I'd like to know too.
There we
Why
go.
are they all females?
1953, to avoid the repetitive use of names, the system was revised so that storms would be given female names. By doing this, the National Weather Service was mimicking the habit of naval meteorologists who named the storms after women, much as ships at sea were traditionally named for women. So it seems like everything, earthly, kind of
Mother Earth,
related to women.
Mother Nature. Hey, nice yacht. What's her name? Seriously, I mean,
Yeah,
they do call the boat female. So I can see that, but that's a little sexist, don't you think? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What about a Hurricane Bob? You know what I'm saying? A Hurricane Jack. A Hurricane
I
Jack.
I don't even want to take a Hurricane Bob very seriously. It just doesn't sound that threatening.
But it's like with females, it's like hail hath no fury. Hail hath no fury, like a woman scorned, right? So, boom.
So they must have changed this because look, I'm looking at the hurricane names of 2020. Atlantic hurricane names season runs from June 1st to November 30th. Arthur was May 2020.
Oh, there you go.
Bertha was in May 2020. Then there was Cristobal, Dolly, Edward.
Okay. Bertha's male. Okay, Edward, sure. Enemy Nation just said Hurricane Ike. I'm sorry. Rolling down the river. Okay, sorry. You're going to eat that cake, Tina. And then Hurricane Michael.
Yeah, the Josephine, Marco, Omar, Teddy, and Wilford. But there is one that was like I don't remember which month it was. Everyone was talking about like why'd they spell it that way. It's ISAIAS.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. ISIS. I don't know what that one is. It's this ISIS. I don't know. And then it's like everyone.
Isaiah, but they put in the wrong order. Like you mistyped.
Yeah, maybe they meant to say Isaiah, and then they're like, it sounds fine. Just pronounce it the way you want to pronounce. Is us?
Looks like it's actually a Hebrew prophet from the Bible.
Oh, of course.
That they chose the name from.
Of course.
Yeah, they avoided the confusion standard by confusion. So
yeah,
that's hilarious.
Can't be confused about one thing if you're confused about something else.
It sucks because I feel bad for any person that has the name of a hurricane that actually ends up being catastrophic. You know what I'm saying? Like Hurricane Katrina was terrible. So then anytime you meet somebody who's named Katrina, you're like, oh, you're the one. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I feel bad. I would never want to be associated with any of that trash. Just personally. You know what I'm saying? Hurricane Pascal? No, I'm good. They can forget that name. What's that name? Oh, I don't even know what that name is. Good. Keep it that way. I don't want my name associated to something catastrophic. I'm good. You know what I mean? Like, and they never name the earthquakes. They don't name the tornadoes. Why? Tornadoes are just as bad.
Maybe because there's
what I'm saying?
That many more of them? I don't know.
Yeah.
Just doesn't make any sense to me, though. You'd think that they would be like, whoa, that was a really bad tornado. We're going to call him, Tornado Tony. You know what I'm saying? Use all T's. There's plenty of names that start with the letter T. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just saying. Shoot, Tornado Tony Danza. Even put in a last name in there just to make it more unique. So you're not going, which Tony is that? You know what I mean? No, it's not Tony Smith. That was Tony Danza. You see what I'm saying? Just a thought.
It's a good name for a tornado.
Yeah. Tornado Tony Danza. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Celebrities are now the names of tornadoes.
That's what they should do. Maybe the ones with like really crappy careers. You know what I mean? Like Tornado John Travolta or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
It's a new marketing thing that the Weather Service offers small businesses.
Exactly. Yeah, there you go. Just a thought,
Flood
guys.
the internet with your name before they name the hurricane that, and you'll get all the free advertisement you can.
Exactly. Exactly. But that's interesting that there's a typhoon going on, or it's about to happen, or is it happening? I'm confused.
It's emerging south of Japan, so it's gaining strength, just like the tropical storms right now in the Gulf. So
fabulous.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Fun times ahead for those people.
Excellent times.
I can imagine having to deal with a pandemic, and then maybe being displaced if you're weren't able to afford staying at rent, and located places and things like that. So if people become homeless, and then if they end up in a spot where if they lose power and then they can't buy food, like it makes it like even like the humanitarian like rescues have got to be even that much more of a tough situation. And because I can't imagine going into, are they even allowing for like travel for people that are going and helping and aiding other countries that are having type of disasters like that? Like, because I know that there's like the different organizations from the U.S. that would go and travel and help, like Doctors Without Borders and stuff like that. Are they even allowing them to go and travel right now? If there's travel bans in places?
Good question.
That's a very good question. I have no clue. I mean, I'm assuming when it comes to certain organizations like that, I'm assuming that their way of doing things might be, or the rules may not apply to them because they're supposed to be going and doing things like Doctors Without Borders. They're supposed to go and just be able to do those things. They should be able to transcend certain rules, I would think. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it's something terrible, like just say like a typhoon or a tidal wave or something crazy like that, to go and hit a country. Yeah, I would feel like they would go, hey, by any, like, as much help as we can get, we'll take it. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't know. That's a good question though. That's a very good question though.
We did send the Air Force for like Haiti and a few other foreign nations when they were in a disaster. We just send military cargo planes with people not working as the military, just dropping off supplies at all the foreign nations that needed them.
Yeah.
Well, I guess there's always a way around it.
Yeah.
They're like, oh yeah, we don't know where that additional pandemic spread happened. Oh, from the, it's like going to the nations of tribes that were out there that never came in contact with current civilization, and then one person goes there and just wipes them out because they didn't have any immunity. And but some of these nations are probably out there that are getting hit by these large storms, aren't necessarily in the best situation for healthcare. And they can definitely end up taking these smaller areas and stuff that, like Haiti. I mean, they've been just decimated.
A million times.
How can they help people?
Yeah.
Like, people are on their own.
Pretty much. Especially like right now when you have tornadoes and tropical storms blazing through that area over and over and over and over and over again. It's like it's almost like a broken record. And as much as you go over there and try to help, as soon as you leave, another tornado or another devastating tropical storm comes blazing through again. I mean, it's like this thing, like this nonstop thing, which is nuts. You know what I'm saying? Which is nuts. But we got to move on to the other topics, guys. Good morning to everybody who's filing in. Thank you guys so much for being on. James, Tutti Veni. Sounds like an Italian name. Tutti Veni. Let's see. Drobo, Enemy Nation. Let's see. Who else? There's a lot of conversations here. Chardon. Good morning, everybody. And for those of y'all who are just filing in and everything, hopefully you guys are having a wonderful morning. And if you are having a good morning, hit that like button down below. We got to jump into this, one of our main topics, main stories today, which is Regal Cinemas, or the main conglomerate, the main owner, Cineworld, could be closing all Regal Cinemas in UK venues and in response to the No Time to Die delay. Now, so Cineworld could shutter up to 543 of its Regal Cinema venues in the U.S. and all cinemas across the UK and Ireland this coming week, just a day after James Bond's film No Time to Die was pushed to April of 2021. Now, I just got to say this really quick. It's weird to me that I wonder why the James Bond film No Time to Die got pushed back again. It's been pushed back several times. It was supposed to come out this summer. It got pushed back to November. Everybody was very excited and hype about it premiering in November because here it is. Thanksgiving time is a perfect time for people to go and see movies, right? So all of a sudden it gets pushed all the way to April 2021. This is really, really bad news for all the movie theaters that are out there. Let's just be completely honest and completely straightforward about this. It's not good news. I'm also assuming that Tenet, for example, is one of the first movies to come out in the theaters since the pandemic, since lockdown started. All right. I don't think that movie did very well in the theaters. Why? Because people are scared of getting sick in the theaters, y'all. Duh. Who would want to go and see a movie in the theaters right now when everyone's getting sick? Let's keep it straight funky. Oh, and let's not forget this too. And I wouldn't be surprised if the James Bond film or if No Time to Die decided to push their stuff back in April 2021 when, guess what? When they find out that Trump is sick with the COVID. I would not be surprised if they said, whoop, no. Now everybody's going to be even more paranoid about flying, about going to a theater, going into enclosed areas. So maybe we should push this movie back. But that's bad news for a lot of movie theaters out there. Because all these movie theaters are going, hey, we're waiting for that big blockbuster movie so that we can put it out there and everyone comes in droves, hopefully. But of course, when you have Trump and you have a whole bunch of other people, a part of his camp getting sick, now it's raised more concerns. People are now scared. The person who's supposed to be untouchable apparently is touchable. So that's one of the things, this is at least my theory, in why No Time to Die was pushed back. Also, on top of that, now it's starting this domino effect, hitting everything else. So Cineworld Cinemas tweeted saying, we can confirm we are considering the temporary closure of our UK and US cinemas, but a final decision has not been reached yet. Once a decision has been made, we will update all staff and customers as soon as we can. Now, that was October 4th. That was yesterday when they put that out. So they don't know as of yet if they're really going to close 543 cinemas, but that also puts 5,500 jobs at risk just in the UK. So imagine what this could do for all the employees that are out there that work in the movie theaters, and now they're going to become jobless. That's just 5,500 jobs in just the UK. Just the UK. Think about that with the rest of the country, with the US. How many jobs are going to be gone if they decide to close their doors temporarily, they say? Guys, what do you think?
Well, I mean, they definitely need to be able to pack people into the theater to make their money back because they have spent $250 million on this film. And that's the largest budget of any of the James Bond movies. And, you know, they were spending that before the pandemic hit. Daniel Craig alone, guess how much money he's being paid for this film?
Probably at least 20 mil.
$25 million.
Exactly. Of course he's going to get 25
mil. He probably has some kind of if he's smart, he gets in on that
merch.
The dowels. Yeah, all the merch.
And also, this is his last James Bond film. This is supposed to be his last James Bond film. So, of course, he's going to make sure he secured the bag, but also at the same time, I'm sure he wants to make sure that it's not a flop, because at the end of the day, whatever he makes, he probably has investments in it as far as the back end on it as well. So not only is he making 25 mil, but then he's also probably getting gross on the back end in regards to the worldwide gross that hopefully it makes if it ever sees the light of day.
I think they're just afraid if they release it now that no one's really going to go see it, because that's kind of been what's going on. They've released Unhinged, New Mutants, and Tenet so far this year that I've seen, and they've been all empty. And even Tenet, which is probably the most successful lately, it only made $30 million in the U.S. and an additional $250 million overseas. So they're not making any money from movies in America right now.
No.
And I don't think they're going to be pushing such an expensive film that has such a wide English-speaking audience as James Bond when no one is going to see movies.
Yes. Also, let's also push. Let's hit that rewind button really quick. Go all the way back. What were the three movies that came out? Name the just one by one. The first one was which one that you had on the list? Unhinged. Trash. Yeah. Continue.
New Mutants.
Trash. Continue.
and Tenet.
Yeah, and then apparently Tenet is okay. So you got two movies that were just trash to begin with that are supposed to be movies that are supposed to go out in the January, February time. You know what I mean? They're kind of like throwaway movies, like the New Mutants that's been held back forever. But then they go, let's just throw it out in the theaters right now because everyone's desperate to see something. So let's just throw this trash out. That movie is supposed to be not to see the light of day. That is trash. Then you got Unhinged, which is the Russell Crowe, correct? It's the Russell Crowe movie? Yeah. I love me some Russell Crowe, but like I said, another throwaway because it's obviously Falling Down meets Kidnap. You know what I'm saying? So, Tenet was supposed to be the thing that was going to revitalize and bring asses into the seats in the theaters again. And it did not do that. So I'm sure that they saw the numbers, James Bond's people, and they were like, no. And then on top of that, you got to remember, Trump just contracted the COVID. You know what I'm saying? He just got sick. So they're probably like, oh, damn, America is going to be even more paranoid now. Rightfully so. What were you going to say, Tanny Vane?
I was going to say I've actually seen all of the new movies that came out this year, and I think under normal circumstances, Tenet would have done a lot better.
True.
It kind of reminds me of Interstellar, that I liked it because it was accurate to physics, but it still had that clunky dialogue that, would turn off a more general audience. But, you still had the good action, and it was still a pretty smart story. So I think it would have done pretty well otherwise.
No, and I agree. I think it would have done I think it would have been amazing. I think it would have been a smash. I think it would have been a high-grossing movie like Inception, like Interstellar, like you said. I think that it would be a blockbuster movie, obviously. But because everyone's paranoid about being in an enclosed place longer than a few hours, if they don't have any other choice but to be enclosed, like if you got to fly, you got to fly, right? There's no way around it. If you got to get onto a plane and fly your ass somewhere, you just got to do it. But when it comes to you have a choice whether or not to be inside this movie theater, or you can maybe stream it at home, people are going to be choosing to stream it with the quickness. Now people are starting to realize what's the point of actually getting locked up in a room to watch a movie with a whole bunch of other mother lovers that I don't know, that I don't trust. You know what I'm saying? That I couldn't even, I don't know them from a can of paint, and I don't know where they've been. Yeah, people are going to go, I'm going to stream. I'm just going to stream it. I'll wait till it streams. You know what I'm saying? That's why you see all these Disney movies like Mulan, and then now Black Widow's about to go straight to stream. I feel like that is the proper choice, or that's the better choice. Like, No Time to Die, no offense, but yo, you should just stream the damn thing, yo. Why hold out for this long? Trust me, if everybody's really that down to see it, you probably would make more money streaming it, having people pay $20 to stream it, and call it a damn day. That's what you should do. You know what I'm saying?
You know what?
What's up?
They can be the ones to bring back pay-per-view.
Facts.
Just put all avoid. It could be Regal's pay-per-view, and they just need to run a channel and just stream all the new movies for $59.99, and they'll make all their money. I've been seeing like on the different streaming platforms and stuff that you can get like new movies that are dropped. They're like $27. It's like stream it first, $27, like on Disney Plus or on HBO Now and stuff like that. Like that's pretty pricey for doing a stream. I mean, I guess they're assuming you're watching it with 5 friends.
Yeah. That's definitely what they're thinking right off the bat. And also, they're going, well, you have access to this movie for 24 hours. So if you want to rewind, rewatch, check it out, blah, 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 you can do that. So, right. And then, of course, if you're going, hey, we're doing some big viewing event with my family, and we're all going to sit down and watch this movie, you're getting a fraction of the price of a ticket, of one ticket that you're sharing with however many people you want to have in that room. So $20 for a movie, if it's by yourself, that's pretty damn expensive. But if you're going, hey guys, hey fam, if you're all above the age of 13, of course, we're gonna go watch No Time to Die. You know what I mean? We're gonna see this, licensed to kill misogynistic secret spy named James Bond, who's gonna be laying women and killing dudes all day long. Come on in. Mm-hmm. We're gonna watch this movie together. I already bought it, so let's watch it together. You know what I'm saying? And we'll watch it for our viewing pleasure. And that's one way of doing it. But also at the same time, there's gonna be a lot of other people that are gonna stream it just by themselves because they just want to know. They just want to see the movie. They're just diehard fans. I am a huge James Bond fan, so I want to see the movie. I would pay the $20. If it was streaming. I am that crazy. Also because I got a show and I got to do it because so I can let you guys know if it's good or not. But at the same time, regardless if I had a show, I'd be streaming the hell out of that mug, man. I'm a fan. Also because I don't want to go into a theater and, buy some popcorn that's probably Rona popcorn and be in a room full of a bunch of people that I don't even know if these seats have been sanitized. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather just stream it at home. And I feel like that's just the way things are going to go. And Yogi Fish just said something, and you said something about this too, Jack, earlier, about drive-in movies. Drive-in movies could come back. Drive-in movies could be a thing. It's just a matter of people, these theaters would have to go find a lot and just make it happen. Yeah. There's going to be a lot of babies made if there's drive-in movies. I'm just telling you that. A lot of babies made. Real talk.
You know who I feel bad for too?
Who?
Is the popcorn guys and the slushy machine people. Because those are like the two places that probably have the predominant sales for that type of business.
Yep.
Because I don't know where else I see the slushy machine at. That's
gas stations.
Maybe at the 7-Eleven they got the different ones there, but even most of the places that do self-serve at gas stations, you can't do that anymore.
No.
So I bet people that would impulse buy are probably taken away from it because they have to wait to do it now. So those are some industries that are just taking a beating.
Yeah. And can you imagine the dude who runs popcorn, the movie popcorn brand for 50 some odd years? He's like, yes, I'm rolling in dough. I call these fun coupons. That's what I call them. Now he's like, hey man, we got a coin shortage, man. We got a coin shortage. Come here, bring me back my coins. I need all my money. I need all I can, man. I feel bad. I actually feel bad for the popcorn people. I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh. It's just funny to think about popcorn people.
They did seem so angry when I went to get an icy. Everyone behind the counter was just angry the entire time they were giving me my drink. It was pretty funny.
Why? Why were they so mad? What the hell? Why?
Because at the gas stations, you can't get them. You have to ask the clerk. The clerk has to go and get it for you.
Oh, I thought you were talking about in the movie theater. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was.
Gas station.
I was. Oh,
yeah.
That's yeah.
But in the movie
they
theater,
didn't even have popcorn on most of the days. Or 2 of the days I went, they just would make a small bit to order, which is funny because to stay open, they've been selling popcorn outside to people that drive by. But no one's buying it for movies, apparently.
Crazy, man. Crazy. And it's funny because, I always feel bad, like, if ever I go to, okay, real quick, sorry for the side note, but do you remember the time when people were scared to go and just order out?
Yeah.
People were, terrified of that stuff. Like, oh, my God, there might be Rona in the food, right? Now we're pretty much all back to normal as far as, eating out and all that stuff, for the most part, right? We're all eating fast food for the most part. Right? We're still going and getting
they're
McDonald's.
all open.
Yeah, but I mean,
busy all the time.
busy all the time, right? But it's funny, because I love Five Guys, right? And I remember I went into Five Guys to get some food and get a large soft drink. It's funny how they call them soft drinks. Anyway, so they were like, "Oh yeah," I go a large. I need a large drink. Okay, thank you. Blah blah blah. Get the food, and they're acting like they're gonna hand me the cup, right? And I'm trying to grab it, and then the girl just turns away and goes, "So which one would you like?" And I'm like, "What do you? I can't. So I can't make my own drink? No, we have to do it from now on." Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I just want a Coke, a regular Coke. But you know how it is. Like, if you want to do some crazy concoctions, if you're at the slushy machine and you want to get all a little extra and do all this crazy stuff, you can't do those things anymore now. You know what I'm saying? You can't do all those certain perks of freedom. You know what I'm saying? Being able to do whatever the hell you want. Can't do that now, Mo. Ain't that some messed up stuff? And Mr. Super, he just asked, and this is funny that you say this. I have not seen this at all. He just said, does Five Guys still offer community peanuts? No.
Oh.
I haven't seen any of it because you can't dine in. You can't dine inside of at least the Five Guys that are in our city. Every single Five Guys I've ever walked into, the box of peanuts, gone. So I also feel bad for the dude who owns the peanut factory, who's sitting there going, I call these fun coupons. Yes, I make money off of peanuts. Elephants freaking love me, man. You know what I mean? Nothing. All that gone. I feel bad. The stock's gone down. Peanuts have gone down. Crazy. It's nutty, actually. Hey. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, oh, wow. Yogi Fish said something that's a little naughty, but okay. He said, fun fact, oral sex increased during the Rona. Is that true?
Guess it's hands-free.
Word?
Yeah, I mean,
word?
because for a while there,
but why?
Remember they put out, the CDC even recommended to avoid kissing while having sex. So maybe people were like, it doesn't count if you're not. I don't know.
I'm trying to wrap my mind around. I'm trying to wrap my mind around that idea. You know what I'm saying? Honey, I need some mouth of such suscitation. Like, I don't know. What were you saying, David? What did you say?
There is an article now. I'll find it again in a second. But
Please do.
Apparently, the coronavirus can travel in your fart gas. So
allegedly.
There you go.
Allegedly. So
I think anything that transfers your DNA probably carries it or something.
Yes. Yeah. Allegedly anything. Then it could be in your sperm. Then too.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I would assume.
It could be in your sperm. Urine's sterile though, so that would kill it off. Just pee on them after, I guess.
Now we're doing some R. Kelly stuff. Don't R. Kelly is a fan of the show. He's getting really excited now, and you're giving him false hopes because he's locked up. Remember? So I don't know. I don't know about that. Yeah.
So here, a quick side note: if you're going to ask that person to mix you a drink for the sodas and stuff, and you wanted them all mixed together, what would you call it? What would you say? Make me a what?
Oh, I forgot what it's called.
Like, do you remember what you called it as a kid?
I'm trying to remember.
David, did you call it anything?
I don't think so. Not that I remember.
It was like something. It wasn't jungle juice. It was something stupid.
There's a couple. So I looked up, and there's a couple different things. I remember calling it a suicide.
There we go. Suicide drink. Thank you.
Yeah.
There it
making
is.
It a suicide.
There it is.
And then, but other people call it swamp juice. And then, what's the other one here? Yeah, suicide, swamp juice, and then a graveyard is the other one. Are the three most common referrals to that, depending on the area of the country you live in.
That sounds disgusting.
Never heard any of this.
I never fully understood. I never fully understood the suicide drinks. I never understood it. I guess maybe I'm very conservative when it comes to that. Because I'm not the type who's like, ooh, I really want to put some lemonade with some Coca-Cola and then some Mountain Dew and some, you know what I'm saying? And some grape soda, and that's disgusting to me. That's just sugar on top of sugar on top of sugar. I feel like you'd get the same result just drinking a Coke. You know what I'm saying? Just drinking one single thing. Doesn't change anything to me. That's gross. That's grody. If we're going to go all the way back, that's grody. Ew, gag me with a spoon. Ew. Anybody remember that phrase?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gag me with a spoon. Good God. Why? Why a spoon? I want to know. Why not a fork or no, that's dangerous. But you know what I'm saying. Why a spoon? Anybody? Nobody?
I mean, I'm looking it up now because, I never really heard of that phrase too much. But it says that it's an expression of disgust or annoyance. So the phrase usually attributed to Southern California's Valley Girls, a young woman in the San Fernando Valley in the 1970s and 80s. Gag me with a spoon. That food smells horrible. But it doesn't really...
This is disgusting. Enemy Nation just said something, and he's got a point there. Enemy Nation said, it's called suicide because the idea was to overdose on sugar, which is true. Yogi Fish said, you missed all the fun. You missed all the fun of childhood, Pascal. LOL. Dr. Pepper and Shasta Orange was the boom. I know what you meant. Was the bomb. It's okay. Like a bomb goes boom. But I got you. But yeah, I don't know. That's just some grody stuff. That's grody. That's nasty. Okay. Speaking of nasty, we got to jump into this next story. Well, it's not really nasty. That was a little dramatic, guys. A little dramatic. I saw the look on Tanner Vane's face. He's like, "What is nasty? What else is nasty? Oh my God, is there a nasty story coming up?" Not really. It's just what our leader, our commander in chief did just recently. Trump is recently right now getting a lot of backlash for, he's getting criticized for his motorcade trip whilst battling the COVID. As you already know, Friday morning, or allegedly he already knew Thursday during the day, but that's all hearsay. Trump was diagnosed or has officially come out saying that he contracted the coronavirus. Now he was quickly flown out to Walter Reed Hospital. And he has been under serious surveillance because they said there are multiple stories out there saying that he has been touch and go. His condition has been touch and go, where he's been in critical condition, but then he's been doing great, doing fine. There have been people saying that he didn't need any assistance with oxygen, but then there's other people that are saying that he has been needing oxygen. There are so many stories circulating, and his doctor has come out, as we saw on the Saturday morning show, has come out saying that he's doing fine, he's doing great, he's in great shape, he's slightly overweight. He has a little high cholesterol. What else is new for eating all those McDonald's? But he's doing great. He did not need any supplemental oxygen during his trip out to Walter Reed and while he's been in the hospital. Now people are sitting here saying that those stories are not entirely true. Now, there have been a lot of people outside in the streets showing some love for our man, Trizzy Trump. Out there waving their flags, showing their love for him on the sidelines, just rooting for him, wanting him to be okay, as we all do. Let's just be really straight funky. We all want him to have a speedy recovery. He is our commander-in-chief. He is our leader right now. We don't want him to die. No one does. At least I don't want him to die. Nobody on this team, on this show, want him to get sick and die. We want our leader to come back and continue to lead and find out if he wins his re-election or not. But he felt so moved that he decided to jump into a car and do a motorcade and drive by all the people that were out there waving their Trump supporting flags, etc. And he's getting a lot of backlash because of doing so. And I'm going to try to throw up a photo here. But I wanted to, get you guys' opinions on this situation because I find this a little weird. He's in a motorcade He's got Secret Service in the front seat. There is a plexiglass, allegedly, because in the photos you don't really see you can't see it, obviously, it's clear. So allegedly there's plexiglass between him and the two Secret Service men who are driving the car that he is in. He is wearing, obviously he's in his suit, and he's just wearing a mask. The other men are wearing hazmat suits and whatnot, but that's it. Our recently diagnosed COVID patient president gets into a car with other people just to drive by a smattering of people that were outside supporting him and rooting him on so that he can bounce back to health. I find that interesting. And I can see why he's getting criticized. Fellas, what are your thoughts on this? David?
Yeah, it's a bit strange. I agree. He definitely should have reconsidered driving around. I watched his. I actually saw his announcement that he was going to go out live. At the same time, I was listening to CBS Live saying that he was increasingly sick. So I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah.
But like in general, the Secret Service agents are the thing that makes it questionable to me. You know, if he's in a car, you're not going to get COVID from him if he's just driving by you. But like Jack and you pointed out that if he does have Secret Service and drivers in there that haven't been exposed and he's not isolated from them, they can definitely get ill and take it to their families. And as far as the plexiglass, that's it's probably true. But it's like bulletproof plexiglass to protect them from the different drivers. It's not uncommon. I don't know about the specific vehicle he was in, though.
Yeah.
So,
Jack, what do you think?
I saw a thing here from Dr. James P. Phillips, MD. He's the one of the attending physicians at Walter Reed. And he put out a couple of tweets saying that presidential SUV is not only bulletproof, but hermetically sealed against chemical attack. The risk of COVID-19 transmission inside is as high as it gets outside of medical procedures. The irresponsibility is astounding. My thoughts are with the Secret Service forced to play. Every single person in the vehicle during that completely unnecessary presidential drive-by just now has to be quarantined for 14 days. They might get sick, they might die. For political theater commanded by Trump to put their lives at risk for theater, this is insanity. Those are pretty big words from an attending physician at the hospital.
Word.
Yeah, they showed pictures, though. It looks like Trump has on a cloth mask, where the Secret Service have on
N95s.
Yep. And then they're also wearing some PPE. So, yeah, it seems irresponsible. Unless it's purely putting on a front. If there's all this stuff saying that he is having issues, and then they have conflicting statements they're making saying, "Oh no, he's doing great now." Like, is it? I mean, I don't know. It purely is playing to his base.
Yeah. It's funny because just really quick, Mr. Super said, "I can't believe that Trump faked Rona so he didn't have to debate Biden." Now, what's funny is there are a lot of people that think that he's faking this virus as well. But I have to sit here and say there are other people that were part of the Rose Garden massacre that I talked about on Saturday, on the Saturday morning show. There are people out there that were part of that also contracted the Rona as well. So it doesn't make any sense for him to fake something and then everyone else has it, including his wife, including people that work close to him, very close to him. And you see what I'm saying? So I don't think it's fake. I personally don't think it's fake. I think it's just funny timing that it happens right now. Now, I know that people are thinking that maybe this is him using this as an opportunity for a, let's just say, sympathy vote, which is a possibility. It could be a possibility of a sympathy vote. It wouldn't be the first time a president or a politician tried to manipulate the public in some sort of way, or to manipulate potential voters. I'm not saying that he's doing that. So before everybody gets all riled up and angry. But that is a possibility. He could be playing fake, but I don't think so. There's no way that he could be playing sick like this, especially when you got other people that are contracting the virus as well. What I find very interesting is how bad other people actually have it too. Like, you want to see, like, okay, so Kellyanne Conway all of a sudden goes, oh, I got it too, right? Oh, I'm sick. There's other people. Chris Christie just came out and said, I'm sick with it too. So there's other people that are sitting here saying that. So I'd love to see how well they handle it, because that'll be the dead giveaway. If they all just are asymptomatic and everything's fine, one of them has to be one of them has to have a negative effect, have a negative reaction to the Rona. You see what I'm saying? If they all bounce back with no problems, I could see something being like, this is weird. Something funny, something funky is going on here. But I really do think that he is actually sick. And I think he is trying to pull off that he's better off than he is in real life. I think he really is super sick. I think he is really sick and fighting his butt off with it. But he's trying to show that he's not, I'm untouchable. I'm fine. See, I'm in motorcade. I'm waving at you guys. Hey. See what I'm saying? I'm still going to be a man of the people, even when I'm sick. I don't think that the motorcade was a good idea. It shows irresponsibility, in my personal opinion. I think he should stay at home or stay in the hospital, do what the physicians are telling him to do. But this is Trump all day long. Look at all the stuff that he's doing. In all of this time, he does what he wants to do. As much as he sits there and goes, oh, the Rona's bull, I'm not, you want to be politically correct, so keep your mask on, blah, blah, blah. Suddenly he gets sick. They sit there and tell him, hey, bed rest, liquids, stay home, like stay in one spot. We need to give you oxygen, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And he goes, no, I'm going to go and do a motorcade because there's tremendous people outside. As much as I sit here and go, man, I really hope he would learn his lesson off of this situation, I don't think he ever will. Because he's showing right now that he's driving around with Secret Service men who probably have families to go home to, that now probably have to quarantine themselves away from their families for 14 days. Doesn't matter if they're covered up in all this stuff. Doesn't matter. They still have to do that because they could bring something home to their family. I just find that a little ridiculous. I just find it ridiculous, guys. Personally, it's irresponsible.
Seems above and beyond, doesn't it?
Yep. It's too much. It's way too much, man. That is way too much. You don't do that.
Yeah.
Straight up. You just don't do that. And if you're sick, stay, like if you have a terrible disease or a terrible virus that people are deathly afraid of, literally, people have died from it too. I'm not sitting here saying that it's like, good or bad or whatever. Regardless of the results, you don't go and do something like that. But at the same time, everyone's going to be, but that's the thing. Actually, not at the same time. This is the thing too. America's watching him. All the voters, all his potential voters are watching him. Every last one of them is watching his every single move. For him to jump into a motorcade and do something like that, I don't think it's a good look for him. I don't see it as a good look. I see it as a very bad look. Go ahead, David.
I think his intent was more to show that this is just the way I took it, that he's trying to show, disprove all the news that he's like deathly ill right now and everything.
Right.
Or that it's affecting him heavily. Because, he had his live stream. I thought it was a good indication because he was speaking, he wasn't out of breath and he was speaking very normally, which, suggests to me that it's not affecting him too bad because the people who are generally affected by it lose both a certain degree of speaking ability and their ability to breathe pretty quickly if it's they're having a negative symptom reaction to it.
But
That's usually the first thing that goes.
But at the same time, though, you got somebody who's sitting here. You got somebody who's kind of known for. You could. Here it is. Someone could sit there and be together. You know what I mean? They can stitch themselves together. If that makes any sense, you could hold it good for like a minute. You know what I'm saying? Focus on the task at hand and go, yeah, I'm fine. Hold strong, and then as soon as you walk away, or as soon as they say cut, he's sitting down and like, oh, woo, that was tough. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know what he's doing in between before the camera starts rolling and when the camera stops rolling. As much as he might be on a, like, I'm going to show you the video right now of him just basically saying, hey, these are all tremendous people. These are all amazing doctors here, blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, I mean, there's a certain moment like where you're like, he's only talking for a minute. You can hold it together for a minute. You know what I'm saying? So let me show you guys this video real quick so we can all see this together.
We're getting great reports from the doctors. This is an incredible hospital, Walter Reed. The work they do is just absolutely amazing, and I want to thank them all, the nurses, the doctors, everybody here. I've also gotten to meet some of the soldiers and the first responders, and what a group. I also think we're going to pay a little surprise to some of the great patriots that we have out on the street, and they've been out there for a long time, and they've got Trump flags, and they love our country. So I'm not telling anybody but you, but I'm about to make a little surprise visit. So perhaps I'll get there before you get to see me. But I just, when I look at the enthusiasm, and we have enthusiasm like probably nobody's ever had. Our people that love the job we're doing, we have more enthusiasm than maybe anybody. So it's been a very interesting journey. I learned a lot about COVID. I learned it by really going to school. This is the real school. This isn't the let's read the book school.
I'm done.
And I get it, and I understand it, and it's a very interesting thing, and I'm going to be letting you know about it. In the meantime, we love the USA, and we love what's happening. Thank you.
So, there you have it, guys. That was right before he went out into the motorcade and did his Princess Diana wave. You know what I mean? His little ride along. And here it is. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. You want to show that you're resilient. You want to show that you are the leader of this country, that you are impenetrable, and that everybody out there is thinking, oh my God, he's dead. And it's like, no, I'm not dead. I'm here. I'm waving. I'm saying hello. It's funny in that video, it looks like he didn't even tuck in his shirt. But it just looks like he just has his shirt, the business suit shirt on, and his jacket, and he's just like, it's fine. You know what I mean? We're going to do it live. No, but seriously, it's good to see like he's able to stand, talk, do his thing. You know what I'm saying? And be able to go out there, regardless if he's having symptoms or not. He is still sick with the virus. He should be responsible and think before he actually jumps into a motorcade. He could have easily just said, "Hey, where's the window? Get me to a window to where the people are." He could have done it from the window. Go, "Hey, there's Trump." Waving at everybody. "Thank you. You're all tremendous people." That's all he needed to do. Mm-hmm. He didn't need to do a drive-by. He didn't need to do a drive-by waving. You know what I'm saying? It's extra. So, he did sound good in there. He did sound good in that video. Yeah. I'll be honest, he does. But at the same time, if he is really sick, he could hold it in. He could hold it. But at the same time, I've seen people who actually had it really bad, the Rona, like really bad cases of the Rona, and they could barely speak. So I see what you're saying in regards to that, David, for sure. But he's only had the Rona allegedly for a couple days. Let's just be completely funky here. And from what I hear, it's like you have moments where you're good, and then all of a sudden you just get hit in the face. You get this wave of all types of crap, and then it dies down, and then you get another wave, and it just gets worse and worse and worse. Now, he's had minor symptoms, but this is just the beginning of his ride with this Rona. And
that's true. Yeah.
And if he really did have it, if he really was diagnosed Thursday, I mean, he's only had it for a
telling week.
Say again.
It'll be a telling week then.
It'd be a very telling week. So he could literally go up there and go, "Hey guys, I'm good. Y'all, it's only been 4 or 5 days. This ain't nothing, y'all. I'm good." 7 days later, he's just in, he could be incapacitated, not be able to talk. Anything's possible. So,
actually, in support of that, his study's a little bit older, but it averaged that you first see symptoms from the 4th to the 6th day, and the 7th day is usually when you figure out if there's a hospitalization is necessary or not.
Interesting.
So we're not even at that point yet to necessarily have seen all of his symptoms if it's only been that few of days.
True. See, and that's interesting. That is very interesting. So he's only had it for five days ish, depending on when he really contracted it. Shoot, I don't remember the day that the Rose Garden massacre actually happened, but he might be on day 7 already. We don't know. We don't know when he actually contracted said virus. But with that being said, if it really was just Wednesday or Thursday is when he got it, then, well, we got a few more days to sit back and see what's going to happen. You know what I mean? The ride is different. I know some people that have gotten the Rona as well. They said the first week was nothing. They were just like, I feel a little shortness of breath. There's a little tightness in my chest, that kind of thing. Nothing bad. And then the second week was just hell on earth. Absolute hell. They're like the worst type of flu you could ever think of. And you think it's over, and it just keeps coming. Just keeps coming at you. So we'll see. And they are younger people that could handle it. Trump is 74. Now, he's one resilient mother lover. He's resilient like a mug. Let's keep it real. But
top 1% DNA, man.
Yeah, exactly. He's Superman. You know what I mean? But, I was going to say this really quick because I saw Enemy Nation said this, and I liked the comment. He said, haters want Trump to do what Kim Jong-un did and just disappear. And that's true. That is very true, too. But I think that if people do care about people. You know what I'm saying? People do care about him being able to survive. Yeah, there's a lot of people out there that probably was just like, oh, can he just disappear? You know what I mean? Like the Drago scene, if he does, he does. And I get it. There's a lot of people that want him to do that too. But at the same time, people who have any common decency, any decent bone in their body, they're going to want him to be okay. Period. I want him to be okay. But I'm a decent human being. So, Jack, what were you going to say?
The best case scenario for Trump is that he gets better, doesn't have a very bad case of everything, and then they use his blood to develop the vaccine that saves everybody. And then he'll just be like, you see what I did?
Yep.
You start giving his plasma out on national TV.
Yeah,
probably.
he's like,
I could see him doing that.
Yep.
That's right.
He's like, I'm giving you my blood. Most tremendous blood in the world. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Oh God, he's the one who he's the one who has the antidote to the Rona. Wouldn't that be wild? Wouldn't that be wild as hell?
Insane. Best case scenario for him right there. It's
because of me.
It'll only be $9.99.
Oh God, can you believe that stuff? That would be jacked up, Jack. Jacked up.
He'd have his brand mark on it too.
Oh.
On the little needle. That as you get your shot, you just have the big Trump sticker on it.
Trump.
A gold syringe.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That would be messed up. See, now, oh, God. I don't need to see. Woo! I don't want to see that happening. That'd be nuts, man. That'd be absolutely nuts. Real talk. Oh, the most tremendous antidote to ever be made in the history of antidotes. Tremendous doctors and tremendous people. Tremendous. They're just tremendous. They're just tremendous. Huge. I got it. Oh, we got to go to a quick commercial break. We're way overdue for a break. Anyway, we got to go. We'll be back for some more tremendous news. All right. I can't do Trump to save my life. It is terrible. Anyway, the Trump scene. Yogi Fish said, that it will happen, Pascal, the Trump scene. So like oh God, that'd be terrible. The Trump scene, this tremendous antidote. Okay, anyway, I gotta go. We'll be right back. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.
Ms. Feinberg, I'd really appreciate it if you would close your legs.
Do you find it distracting?
Power, respect. Defensive is crazy in the streets. Deception, the fakers and leaks. Entertainers are trucking for tweakers and losing their suckers. Their loves are unique. All of us under surveillance. There was a feeling they made it. Half of them stolen the road and they faded. They live in the world that's degraded for people that's constantly hated.
But you see how he makes these S's in his body right here? That's where he's hanging on. And then he's moving forward with the locomotion of his ribs. That is classic Missouri rat snake right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab him before he gets into a hole. Now, these snakes are not biters. They won't bite as long as you don't squeeze them. If you just stop them like this, it'll freeze them, and then you just gently pull them back. As long as you don't squeeze them, they won't bite.
Yo, Mike, what's up, man?
Guy? Good to see you, man.
Yeah, so Sugar Fire.
Yeah.
Fully open, right?
Yeah, we're pretty much open. So you can't sit inside yet. Monday you can sit inside a little bit. We'll have 25% of the tables inside, and then we're letting it rip outside.
So I know that there's a lot of people really concerned about staying safe and all of that. So what are you guys doing in regards to that?
Well, we have extra people to clean and rub everything down all the time. Everybody inside's wearing masks. And we have those little stickers on the ground so everyone can stay 6 feet apart.
Right on.
The tables are all spaced out, inside and outside.
Sugar Fire, open in full effect right now. They're staying healthy, they're staying clean. Go get you a rack of ribs. Sugar Fire, open right now.
Thanks.
The Fur and Leather Center, providing the highest of fur and leather goods.
I'm sorry, I can't make this interview boring because this man is too exciting as a host. And I'm truly saying this, and if y'all can't do this, me and this man here is gonna leave and go somewhere else where we can get some love. I want everyone in the building to say, I love Pascal on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Wow.
Homeowners and property managers, if you're looking for effective and humane ways to remove wild animals and deal with the damage that they have caused, we have good news for you. Introducing Wildlife Command Center, a professional nuisance wildlife management company specializing in providing animal removal for residential, industrial, and commercial clients. We are the only wildlife company that checks 70 different areas on a structure to determine the answers to the following questions. Exactly which animal are we dealing with? How is the animal getting inside the home? What kind of damage is the animal doing to the structure? Once we get the answers to all of these questions, we develop and write up an action plan to resolve the animal issue completely and provide a quote to implement that action plan. We perform a very in-depth 70-point wildlife inspection. From visually inspecting the highest point, the chimney, to physically crawling inside the attic space and looking for animals, chewed wires, fecal matter, chewed structural wood, we inspect everything. Our inspection process covers all of the following 70 points: animal-proof chimney cap, roof ridge vents, roof to soffit junctions, dormer fascia, attic gable vents, gutter lines, fascia trim, garage door, utility penetrations, water, gas, electric, and cable, bathroom vents, attic roof ridge vents, attic electrical, wiring, junctions, boxes, and lighting, concrete decks, additions, wooden crawl spaces, basement plumbing, penetrations, ceiling, floor, and wall. Wildlife Command Center's mission is to deliver the finest quality wildlife removal and pest control service that is safe for the environment. For more information, call us now.
Hey, welcome back, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and sticking around and being a part of the show. If this is your first time checking out this show, please go hit that like button on our on the feed underneath. That would really mean a lot. And also, please go check out and hit that subscribe button on our channel. We're working towards 10,000 subscribers. We're almost there, y'all. We're almost there, man. We're a little over 400 subscribers away from 10,000. And I'm telling you, we're putting in the work. We are really putting in the work. And I would love for y'all to, yes, share, be a part of it, and all of that good stuff. Anyway, we got to jump into some entertainment news, a little bit of entertainment news. If you didn't see SNL this weekend, it was actually interesting. It was an interesting show. Actually, it was very strange. There was a lot of things that were going on. One of them was the Jim Carrey playing Joe Biden. So they were doing a whole skit about the debates between Trump and Biden. And Trump, of course, was played again by Alec Baldwin. He does a very, very famous Trump impersonation. And then Jim Carrey was playing Joe Biden. And then Kamala Harris makes an appearance later on in the skit. It's actually really, really I actually thought it was really funny for what it's worth. And I don't like SNL. I don't think SNL is all that funny. They haven't been funny in a long time. But they do sometimes have a gem here and there. They sometimes have a good moment here and there. And I think that one was definitely a gem. I mean, it was just really, really funny and fairly well done. So if you haven't seen that, definitely go check that out. But something else happened on the show during Megan Thee Stallion's performance. We got to talk about that. David, what's going on?
Hey, so Megan Thee Stallion was on Saturday Night Live. It was hosted by Chris Rock.
Yes.
She was there to promote her new album. She performed both Savage and Don't Stop. And then shortly after, or midway through one of those songs, Savage, the screen behind the rapper flashed messages including Protect Black Women, and she paused the song entirely for audio from activists. She then appealed for the protection of black women and black men and harshly criticized Kentucky Attorney General Daniel Cameron over his handling of the Breonna Taylor case.
Yes. I'm about to pull up those photos here right now.
And the message in particular of issue was, Daniel Cameron is no different than the sellout Negroes that sold our people into slavery, which flashed across the screen. And for those who don't know, Daniel Cameron is the let's see.
He's the Attorney General that was overseeing the whole Breonna Taylor investigation. They were doing a whole deep dive whether they were going to indict and charge. That if they were going to charge the 3 officers that were involved in Breonna Taylor's killing. And of course, within that whole investigation, he was the one who gave out the bad news, saying that none of them were going to be charged in the murder of Breonna Taylor, except for one was being indicted for wanton endangerment in the 1st degree. but had nothing to do. There was no connections to her death with his charges, which a lot of people are very, very upset about. And then there's another photo I wanted to show, but this one's going to be pretty. Oh, never mind. It's pretty big. Here we go. Yeah, so she basically was putting on there, calling Daniel Cameron, doing a full-on shout-out to Daniel Cameron. He should feel really, really special now because he is now on the tip of Megan Thee Stallion's tongue, by the way. Basically, her calling him a race traitor. It has been an ongoing thing where a lot of people that feel some type of way, that feel that he did not do what was right, that Breonna Taylor's police officers that were involved in that messed up no-knock raid that went completely out of whack. Not one of them got charged. All of them walked away, and one of them is just getting a small slap on the wrist, which he could probably get thrown out. And he probably will walk away untouched from any of the stuff and any of the things that happened during the death and the shooting of Breonna Taylor. But it's crazy that Daniel Cameron is on the tip of Megan Thee Stallion's tongue so much that she puts it on the screen, pauses so that people take the time to read those things that are on the screen in the background. And also, SNL allowed this as well, which I find very interesting as well. David, what are your thoughts? No pressure. Yeah. Don't worry. Yeah. I'm
it doesn't
totally
look
kidding.
good to me at all, I guess is the good way to say it. I've been, I've seen a lot of videos from you and Enemy lately of like internal problems, I guess, like between black people, and it's become a huge, at least on the like conservative channels and stuff, it's become a huge thing where every time there's a black conservative, they get all of these negative terms related to them. I'm not going to say any of them, but yeah, it's pretty common it seems pretty common to insult people that way.
Yeah,
when they disagree with you politically, and I think it's a little dangerous because once you start tying a entire race to only one political party, it kind of like ties that race in the minds of other people. Anytime that political party does something wrong, it kind of extends to those that are considered part of that party permanently. And I think that's why it's dangerous to say things like this.
Mm-hmm. Jack.
I mean, I think that it's interesting that SNL, because it wasn't a live performance, right? It was like pre-recorded and then put out, and so like SNL's, obviously was okay with it.
Yeah.
And I know that in the past they've cut from political statements and within musical performances. And so, I mean, what was I remember growing up and watching
Sinead O'Connor ripping
Sinead
up
O'Connor.
the Pope. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. And so, I mean, this isn't the first time that someone's dropped in, statements within there. They have a large platform. It's the right place to use it, and they reach a very large audience. And especially right now, being able to use it like that is pretty important. But it's interesting that SNL, didn't have their lawyers being like, no, you can't do that. Or maybe they did. Maybe they didn't care. But it's. I don't know. It's interesting to see how she utilized it, and I think that she has a huge platform and needs to continue to push the messaging that change has to happen. So I didn't get to see it live. I did watch like the YouTube like rerun of it.
Yeah.
And it was a little I don't know. The entire like background thing was almost distracting to a point. Just because it was almost like, and I only saw the Savage performance, but they like all the white and black swirls going on. It's almost kind of hypnotic, or could have caused, an epileptic type of situation with the way the lights and everything were going.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised they didn't display a warning beforehand in regards to that. But then, and I feel like maybe they took away from some of the messaging that she was pushing too, because I think that the overall background was distracting from the words and everything else. Did you see? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. As far as the background and everything, yes. No, I do understand that. I totally agree. In regards to the how flashy and how much stuff was going on in the background, and it could be very distracting in regards to that too. But the statement that she made was pretty strong. SNL, as you just said, SNL obviously, if they had a problem with it, they would have cut it off. Right. They have multiple episodes that have performances or stand-up monologues that were cut out completely due to it being either too raunchy or too in your face and all that. But you also got to remember the people that are involved with SNL. I would say, hate to say it, but they're much more on the left than I would say on the right. As you can already see. So the fact that was even put out and that they didn't even bat an eye to it says something. But at the same time, that's what Megan Thee Stallion wanted to put out and say for herself. Here's the thing, though. There are now stories and things coming out like in regards to the case with Breonna Taylor. And, I feel as, and like I said, I'm not somebody who is, I'm not super conservative. I'm not super liberal, but, and I like to try, but I do lean I do definitely lean towards the left for sure. But with that being said, I do think that I don't think that she got full justice. In my personal opinion, there were too many things that happened in the shooting, in that whole incident, that just raised a lot of questions that I don't think that were properly answered. With Daniel Cameron and everything that he did, okay, I wouldn't call him the things that he's being called, but I do feel that he has an agenda. I think he does have certain things that he's trying to make happen for himself so that he can progress later on and maybe move up higher than where he is right now. There is a lot of promise with him. From my understanding, he has made quite a name for himself in the political world. So everything that he does is crucial. Every choice that he makes is crucial. We don't know what happened behind closed doors. Between him and the investigation and whoever else is maybe buzzing in his ear. But there's a lot of questions that were brought up. I wouldn't call him a race traitor. That's a little extreme in my personal opinion. But I do see him as an opportunist. Like I said, there's too many questions that popped up, too many questions that were not answered during that situation. There is body cam footage out there. There's gotta be. There was at least one officer with body cam footage, with a body cam. Now, he could have been wearing it and it may not have been turned on at all. But at the same time, there was a person with a body cam on his jacket. Yet we have not seen any of that footage. We've seen everything. There is leaked footage out there of people who are, of an officer right when an officer that shows up right after the officer who got shot in the leg is on the ground. Of course, they're tending to his, to his wound, and then it cuts. And then there's another video out that just recently got out, just a few days ago, of after the shooting, when they're inside the house, where you can see Hankinson inside kind of pacing back and forth. It's almost like he's trying to find something. Maybe he's trying to find his bullet shells. I don't know. But there's a lot of stuff that is just a little freaking janky and weird about that whole investigation. So for him to come out, and of course, like I said in the last video, when the news had broke, I said, I feel bad for Daniel Cameron because he's got to be the one who has to be the bearer of bad news. But I also feel like I said, wouldn't call him a race traitor, but I do see him as an opportunist. This is crucial for his career, crucial for what he's doing. I don't know. I feel like they didn't do the job. I feel like they did a half-assed investigation into the situation. Regardless of her criminal background or not, that shooting should not have happened. And the men that shot her dead aren't being brought to justice, aren't being charged at all for nothing. That's weird to me. And of course, the man who's overseeing the investigation, Daniel Cameron, I'm assuming is just letting things kind of slide under the, get slipped under the rug and just let it be there without even putting any attention to those things. So like I said, Megan Thee Stallion has the right to say whatever she wants to say. If she feels that he is a race traitor, so be it. That's what she thinks he is. But at the same time, in my personal opinion, I wouldn't call him that. I just think he is an opportunist. There's something else going on. There's something that was buzzing in his ear. There's somebody in that room that was sitting there going, "We'll make you a political superstar for the Republican side," or something like that. Because obviously he is Republican.
McConnell and Trump.
He spoke on behalf of Trump too. So, but what were you saying, Jack?
Yeah, McConnell and Trump, gave him kudos, saying he was doing a fantastic job. But then you have on the opposite side, you have Felix Crittenden, who's an organizer for the Black Lives Matter in Louisville. He said, "You know what they say? All skin folk are not kinfolk." This was absolutely a career-defining moment.
Yes.
Designed to set him up for stuff in the future.
Yep.
He had a chance to do right by his people, and he chose to do right by himself. So.
Right by himself and right by the party that he's a part of. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, this was definitely not a win at all for the family. Yes, they still got that $12 million. So I feel like, in a way, since we're already talking about this, I do feel like the $12 million, and we've talked about this before, but I feel like the $12 million was their way of saying, you ain't going to get the win on the case. So we're going to give you the $12 million because still that is your daughter, that is your girlfriend, that is someone that you cared for. So we'll give you the 12 mil. Are we cool now? Because we're about to give you some bad news now. Okay? So here's the 12 mil. Money. Yeah, it's a Kansas City shuffle. Like I said, everybody looks right while they go left. So it's like, hey, here's this 12 million, enjoy it. But we got some bad news for you. But you still got the 12 mil, David.
I would definitely like to see another police station, or preferably one out of state or something, to do a full review of the case, or like some sort of internal affairs, because there's a lot of information that's pretty shady or uncertain that a third party should probably look into and confirm or deny for so that everyone knows what the actual facts are, pretty much.
It would be good, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, probably not.
Now they do have. Sorry, I'm trying to set this thing up. Now they do have tapes of of the discussions, the hours and hours, like over 20 plus hours of discussions with the grand jury and everything in regards to the case. I have not delved into it because it's 20 hours. I don't have 20 hours right now, but that's something I'd love to know, is to like, what are the bullets that were made during that particular during the investigation, during the whole trial? Like, how did they come to that conclusion? In fact, if I'm correct, and I don't have it in front of me, but one of the officers that was that's part of the shooting, one of the three started a GoFundMe, like a crowdfunding, account, so that he could not be a cop or something like that, to pay off like anything he has to do, like pay off his bills and whatnot, because obviously he is not a cop. He is not on active duty right now. I forgot the name. I saw it in passing last night, but he is doing a crowdfunding, fundraising little thing to save money, to raise some money for himself. He's already raised well over $50,000. His goal is to get to 78,000, something crazy like that.
He's crowdfunding for early retirement.
Thank you. There you go. Which one? Which one is it? Which one is it? What's his
Taylor.
name?
Let's see. Oh no, that's Miles Cosgrove.
Cosgrove. Yep.
Yes.
So he started his own GoFundMe account basically to raise money so that he can retire. I don't know how $78,000 is enough. Real talk for early retirement, unless he's just going, this is what I make a year. So I just need 78,000 for the year so I can go find my other job. So I can go be a fisherman or some crap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Crazy, right?
Well, let's see some other. So this is on Give, Send, Go is where his thing is hosted at. And it's also hosting fundraisers for 2 other accused gunmen. So there's a page for Kyle Rittenhouse that's up there and has raised $809,000. And then there is the one for the police officer who shot Jacob Blake, Rustin Shesky, and that has raised $48,000. So
crazy, right?
You know,
Brad. Just saying, kind of weird, interesting. But like I said, these are the kind of situations that people think. It's frustrating because it's very polarizing when you look at the situation. There are people who sit there and go, "Hey, cops did nothing wrong. They are heroes." And then there's the complete opposite, where people are sitting here going, "Hey, no, what the cops did were wrong, and Breonna Taylor should still be on this planet walking around. Maybe she's in jail, maybe she's in prison, but it's still a life saved. But she's not here. Oh, it's because, he shot the boyfriend shot first, and that's why they lit the place up, blah, 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 blah." And then, and it goes back and forth and back and forth. But so much to the point where people feel compelled to give that one of the officers money. So much that he has raised quite a bit so that he can retire early.
Yeah. Well, there's the opposite side too. There's a Justice for Breonna Taylor GoFundMe that's raised $6.7 million.
Bruh.
So that's super cool.
That is super cool. I just hope that it's real. Just the other day, we talked about another gentleman named Sir Major Page, and he had a fake account. He had a fake Black Lives Matter account in Georgia, some place in Georgia. He raised hundreds of thousands of dollars to the point where he went and bought a new home, bought tailored suits, bought a whole bunch of flat screen TVs, and he got arrested. He got arrested for fraud and money laundering because he was acting like he was an actual quadrant of the Black Lives Matter movement when he wasn't. But then suddenly he just started getting all kinds of money being donated to him. Hundreds of thousands of dollars donated. Crazy, right?
There should definitely be some sort of review over how these funding sites, or at least who these funding sites gather money for. Yeah. Some of these are pretty weird situations. And I mean, it reminds me of the incredibly disgusting George Zimmerman selling his
gun?
Gun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just the same. It seems like this. I mean, in general, this shouldn't be allowed. There should be something to not let people profit from hurting others, especially when there is absolutely no justification for it in a lot of these cases.
Yeah, I just can't believe that there are people like that on this planet. That's all I got to say. And it's like, and he feels that he has a right to do what he did, to the point where he has the audacity to try to sell the murder weapon. It's like OJ trying to sell the knife and the gloves. Like it's truly jacked up. Oh, I didn't do it. It was no, it was wrong. It wasn't wrong. It was self-defense. I was doing this and this and this and this. Oh, by the way, I have it on sale now if you want it. If you want, the thing that killed the kid. Here's the weapon that killed the kid.
Other inappropriate things that people could put on sale? Bill Clinton's
cigar. Monica Lewinsky's dress.
I think she did, didn't she?
What?
Or did she keep? No, did she keep it and framed it?
I think she kept it. She probably has it somewhere in her closet, just sitting there chilling. I guarantee you. OJ and in the knife. Shoot, maybe even the Bronco, too. Why not? Why not throw the Bronco? Why not throw in the Bronco? You know what I mean? Why not? It's crazy. It's crazy.
And there's people out there that want to buy it too.
Yep.
It's even like somebody like, oh, maybe I can sell this, but then there's like actual people out there that will spend, not even just like, oh, the Bronco, maybe it's worth $25,000. No, they'll drop $250,000 because they want it for the reason, or $2 million. Like it's stupid money.
Yeah, that's but there are people out there crazy enough. The people that sit there and they'll collect like Nazi memorabilia, Nazi artifacts, stuff like that. They just have those collections just because. There are people out there that really do that ish, and that's insane. That's insane. That just takes a certain. It's just weird to me. I don't know. I don't care. It just who would want to own that kind of stuff? Like to own the weapon that killed Trayvon Martin. Who would want that? Who in their right mind would want that trash?
It's illegal to bring back treasures any item like that from the military. Like if you're overseas and you used it or something, you want to bring it back as a memento or war trophy, as it's called.
Mm-hmm.
That's incredibly illegal, and it should be extended to the police. Like the police should definitely have more of a unique law, like the military has its uniform code of military justice. There should definitely be something for that, specifically for police, to restrict all of these powers they have, and at the same time to make sure there's actually independent oversight to avoid corruption. But they don't have that, and it's really something that I don't know about the defund the police, but the reforming of the police, like that's how it should start going down.
Mm-hmm. Well, we got to jump into this other story here real quick before we wrap it all up. All right, so you guys might be wondering, remember that time the two cops in Compton that were ambushed by a shooter? Well, the convicted felon by the name of Deontay Murray has been charged in the Compton ambush shooting of two LA deputies. So Deontay Lee Murray, 36, pleaded not guilty to 2 counts each of attempted murder of a police officer and possession of a firearm by a felon in the connection to the event that happened on September 12th in Los Angeles County. He's been previously charged. He was previously charged September 17th with 1 felony count each of carjacking, a second-degree robbery, and assault with a semi-automatic firearm involving in a September 1st carjacking in Compton, in which he allegedly shot a man in the leg with a high-powered rifle and stole his black Mercedes-Benz. He pleaded not guilty to those charges and has remained behind bars since his September 15th arrest. So, what's crazy is, so the 2 additional charges stemming from the earlier crime, attempted murder and possession of a firearm by a felon, have since been added, prosecutors said. So his bail was increased to just over $1 million to $6.1 with $6.15 million as a result to the new charges. He's due back in court on November 17th. So obviously, as we already know, he was there were two deputy sheriffs that were sitting in their squad car right by the metro. This gentleman, this dark figure, hoodie, dark figure, walks along the right by the squad car, pulls out a gun and fires directly into the car, hitting both officers in the head, both. And of course, he fled the scene. And he fled the scene.
He fled the scene in that
same Mercedes Benz.
Stole.
Yes, there we go.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm cold reading it as I'm looking at it at the same time. So yes, he fled the scene in the same Mercedes Benz that he had stolen earlier, that we just talked about as well. So for him to sit there and say, "Oh, I didn't do anything. It wasn't me. I don't know what you're talking about," then why would that Mercedes Benz be in the same spot? See what I'm saying? Doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. So they found the guy, which is amazing. I thought this was going to be an unsolved mystery, to be really honest. But he stole a car. Deontay Lee Murray stole a car, a black Mercedes Benz that he ended up using as his getaway car from the actual shooting. So for him to sit there and say that it wasn't him, I beg to differ.
Even more so, they said they arrested him on September 15th, and detectives located him at around 11:30. He fled in a blue 2006 Toyota Solara, and while being chased, he threw a .40 caliber gun from the car, which he left in the 31 block of Carlin Avenue in Linwood, California.
There we go.
And that was the same gun used in the shooting.
Wow.
And so, and the deputies used tear gas to flash him out after he was found hiding in some bushes around 9:30 p.m. And they used a canine to capture him.
Oh, and he's not dead.
Not dead.
He was not shot.
Yeah.
Which I would be surprised. If he was known for shooting, I'm surprised he ain't dead. Those two cops, I'm surprised he ain't dead. Real talk. What are you gonna say, David?
Yeah, cops have a tendency to kill anyone that has killed a cop when they arrest them. By accident.
Oops.
Of course, but it happens all the time.
Oh my God. Bang, bang. Oh, I'm sorry. It slipped. Sorry. Yeah, bang. Exactly. Oh my God. A fourth time.
Exactly.
You okay? Hey, sick the dog on him. Make sure he's still alive. Is he alive? Bang. Oh my God. It went off again. Right in the head. Oh. Lo siento. Anyway. But I am happy that they brought him to justice. Obviously, he ain't going to be seeing the light of day. He ain't going to see freedom. Freedom is going to be a bad word for him. That's going to be a foreign word for him. Let's just say that. I don't think you're going to be seeing him anytime soon. You know what I'm saying?
So it was in California, right?
Yes, Compton.
Do you think they end up going for the death penalty? They said that it's going to be a maximum life in prison, right? So I guess that's because executions right now are halted.
He better see life in prison. If not, I wouldn't be surprised if they said. I don't think he's going to get the death penalty because it's attempted. It wasn't successful murder; it was attempted.
Yeah, sure.
So, and it also depends on, his. It really depends on his background, like his track record. Now, his track record is not good. It's not good. So I could see him doing maximum of life because he is shooting a police officer, and he shot both of them. Used deadly force, used a deadly weapon. He was not supposed to be brandishing a gun in the first place because he is a felon. He is an ex-felon. Right. All those things. So he's already breaking all those things. So I could see if it's not going to be. Ooh, you just went dark as hell. That was weird. But if he was to, with all those, you can add all those things up. You know what I'm saying? He won't be. I don't think he's going to survive prison. Let's just say that. Regardless if they gave him minimum, he's still not going to be. I don't know. He'll be in there for a long time. He's going to be in there.
They said
for a
that
long
he
time.
has multiple gang affiliations, so I imagine that he's going to be in there and have some kind of level of protection, right?
No, and I'm saying like he will probably die in prison, meaning just even of old age. I mean, shoot, even so, he probably will get a lot of street cred for just going in. And he's like, he tried to kill these 2 cops, man, mad props. But also you got to remember too, there's a lot of, there's a lot of correctional officers that are in there that are going to have some type of feeling about him too. So they're going to make his life a living hell. Then you also got to remember there's there's the neo-Nazi, hardcore white power crazy mother lovers that are in the prison as well that are going to feel some type of way as well. So like I said, his time in prison is not going to be very easy. His time in prison is going to be a long and tough one. It's going to be a battle. But if he was to survive any of that stuff, he's still going to be in prison for a very, very long time. He won't be out until he's either old and gray or he dies of old age out there.
Right. Or COVID starts to sweep through all the prisons, and then for some reason the governor lets all the prisoners out.
Right. Again, and then he's on what's the word? No, he would be locked up. Because they don't just let any of the prisoners out.
Right.
It's because what he did was a very violent offense. Very violent. So he won't be seeing the light of day. He won't see freedom anytime soon. For a very long time. But I just thought that was good news. I wanted to throw that out because I just saw that just a second ago, and that's some good news. The shooter of that particular the Compton sheriff deputies has been brought to justice. I'm surprised that they were able to bring him to justice so quickly. Hopefully he is really the guy. Let's just say that too. Hopefully he is really the guy. But I think he really is. And may he rot in jail, because nobody should be getting shot and killed, period. You know what I'm saying?
True.
But anyway, we got to get going, guys. I really appreciate all y'all. Dave, David, Jack, thank you so much for being on today. Really does mean a lot.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Really does mean a lot.
Enjoy the rest of the week.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next week.
Yes. So for everybody who's watching right now, there will not be any live shows for the rest of this week. I might do, I might be doing some a pop-up live stream here and there, just randomly. So just stay on board with everything. I'll try to see what's up, and try to do what I can. But I'm going to be on an assignment here, and I'm going to be a little bit busy. But I'm going to be doing my best to do as many pop-up videos as I can, and still keep doing some things while I'm on my project. But like I said, I will try to do some live streams throughout the week. But I will most likely jump on Sunday just to say hi, just to see how everything's going and everything. But I will be. Show will be offline for the rest of this week. And yes, I am going to try. I'm going to try to check out one of the debates, because I know one of the debates is coming up with Pence and Harris. Is coming up on Wednesday. I'm going to try to do a stream of that. I'm going to do my best and see what I can. I'm going to try to see if I can make a miracle happen. And if that's the case, I will be doing something for sure. But I can't promise anything as of yet. Like I said, I'm working on it. I'm going to be working on it. I got a very busy week ahead of me, but I'm very, very excited, and I can't wait to tell you everything. And yes, and where I will be, hopefully the internet is just as strong. Enemy Nation, hopefully is just as strong, and I'll try to do a stream of some sort with everything. So anyway, you guys enjoy the rest of your week. I will be doing pop-up videos throughout the week, so just be on the lookout for those. And yeah, you know, I got a big project that I'm about to do, and just wish me luck, everybody. Wish me luck.
Good luck.
Thanks, guys. Thank you. But I will see you guys in the pop-up videos. Keep following me on my Instagram, and I'll be putting up things on my community page here just so you guys can see what the hell I'm up to and what I'm doing, and you'll understand it once you start seeing it, okay, guys? But I love you guys. I love all y'all. Have a safe and wonderful week. I'll see you in the pop-up videos and in the hopefully live streams here in the near future, okay? Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another, and I'll see you guys soon. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.
Hey, take off Ms. Feinberg, I'd really appreciate it if you would close your legs.
Do you find it distracting?
Power, respect. The festival is crazy in the streets. Deception, the fakers and leaks. Entertainers are trucking for tweakers and losing their suckers and nothing unique. All of us under surveillance. There was a feeling that made it. Half of them stumbling around and they faded. That live in the world that's degraded for people that's constantly hated.
But you see how he makes these S's in his body right here? That's where he's hanging on, and then he's moving forward with the locomotion of his ribs. That is classic Missouri rat snake right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab him before he gets into a hole. Now, these snakes are not biters. They won't bite as long as you don't squeeze them. If you just stop them like this, it'll freeze them, and then you just gently pull them back. As long as you don't squeeze them, they won't bite.
Yo, Mike, what's up, man?
Guy? Good to see you, man.
Yeah, so Sugar Fire.
Yeah.
Fully open, right?
Yeah, we're pretty much open. So you can't sit inside yet. Monday you can sit inside a little bit. We'll have 25% of the tables inside, and then we're letting it rip outside.
So I know that there's a lot of people really concerned about staying safe and all of that.
No,
so what are you guys doing in regards to that?
Well, we have extra people to clean and rub everything down all the time. Everybody inside's wearing masks. And we have those little stickers on the ground so everyone can stay 6 feet apart.
Right on.
The tables are all spaced out, inside and outside.
Sugar Fire, open in full effect right now. They're staying healthy, they're staying clean. Go get you a rack of ribs. Sugar Fire, open right now.
Thanks.
The Fur and Leather Center, providing the highest of fur and leather goods.